Hey there, this is Tony Gaddis, author of Starting Out with Java. A loop is a statement that causes one or more other statements to repeat, to execute over and over again. In this video, we're going to talk about the while loop. On the screen, you see the general format of how a while loop is written. It starts with the word while, and then inside of parentheses, we have a Boolean expression. Then on the next line, we have a statement. Now, the while loop works like this. When it begins executing, the Boolean expression is tested, and if it's true, the statement that appears on the next line is executed. And then the loop starts over again. The Boolean expression is tested, and if it's true, the statement on the next line is executed. And this process continues repeatedly until the Boolean expression, when it is tested, it's found to be false. And when that happens, the loop stops executing and the program goes to any code that appears after the loop. Now, this is the general format of a while loop that repeats only one statement. Most of the time when you write while loops, you'll probably want to repeat multiple statements, and when that's the case, this is the general format of the while loop. As before, starts with the word while, and then inside of parentheses we have a Boolean expression. Then inside of a set of braces we have a group of statements. Well, this version of the while loop works like this. When it starts executing, the Boolean expression is tested. If the expression is true, then the statements inside the braces are executed one after the other in the order that they appear. And then the loop starts over. The Boolean expression is tested, and if it's true, the statements inside the braces are executed one after the other in the order they appear, and then the loop starts over. This continues until the Boolean expression is tested and it's found to be false. And when that happens, the program stops executing the loop, it jumps out of the loop, and it resumes execution with any statements that appear after the loop. Now, to demonstrate how a while loop works, I've got some code here on the screen, and we're going to step through the execution of this code as if it were part of an actual program. And the red box that I have drawn below the code, let's just pretend that that's the computer screen. And as we step through the code, any output that is displayed to the screen, we will write it into that box. That's going to just simulate the screen. Okay, so the first statement declares a variable, an integer variable named times, and it initializes times with the value 1. I'm going to make a note over here that times is set to 1. That way, in the program, when we encounter a statement that changes the value of times, we'll reflect that change here in our note. Okay, so the while loop begins, and it tests the Boolean expression times less than or equal to 3. Well, times is 1, that is less than or equal to 3, so the expression is true. The system.out.println statement executes, displaying hello on the screen, and then the next statement increments the times variable. So times now is set to 2, and the loop starts over. We test the expression times less than or equal to 3. That's true. So we display hello on the screen. Then we increment times. So times is now set to 3, and the loop starts over. We test the Boolean expression times less than or equal to 3. Well, that's true. 3 is less than or equal to 3. So we display hello on the screen. Then we increment times. Times is now set to 4. The loop starts over, and this time when we test the expression times less than or equal to 3, the expression is false. So the program jumps out of the while loop and it goes to the statement that appears after the while loop, which is system.out.println, and that displays that's all. So by stepping through this code, it looks like it should print hello, 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 and then that's all on the screen. Well, let's take this code, put it into a complete program in the editor, compile and run, and see if this is the output that we get. Well, I've entered the code exactly as it appeared on the previous screen here in the main method of this program. So let's compile the program. Okay, it compiles, and now let's run the program. And here's the output. And just as we predicted when we stepped through the code, it displays hello, 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 and that's all. This flowchart shows the logic of the program. We start by initializing times with 1. Then we enter the loop. We test the expression times less than or equal to 3. If that's true, we display hello, and then we add 1 to times. And then we start over again. We test the expression times less than or equal to 3, and if that's true, we repeat these statements. This continues until the expression times less than or equal to 3 is found to be false, and then the program leaves the loop.